So I'm back with my Valkyrie Turn Signals. Just a couple more little things. Um, STS gives you these little connectors for the power lead and ground. And I tend not to use these knife in, cut through the insulation connectors unless it's the only thing that I can fit in where the power leads are. I like using the small butt crimp connectors. You use male females, which is compatible with what's on the end of the whip for the STS. And what I'll be doing for the power leads is I'll just be coming into the female end and the male end, and I'll be putting 2 wires in each end, and one wire will be the power that I'm cutting into, and one wire will be power going to the STS module, and then the opposite connector will have the wire that I'm cutting into and the power going to the USB connector, and then the grounds will be done the same way for the USB connector and the STS unit. And one other thing that you'll be doing if you decide to use this system is you'll be putting these little cushions in your turn signal switch. So you'll have to take the 2 screws out of the turn signal switch, and you'll need to get into the turn signal switch. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it real well here, but the turn signal switch is a rocker switch that locks over, and then you reset it by pressing this button. Well, you can kind of see down in here, you'll see like a little white, like neoprene shell that the rocker switch goes back and forth in. And when you push the switch out of the way, you'll see a little well down in there on both sides, one for left and one for right. And what you'll be doing is you'll be taking a needle nose or a pair of tweezers or something, and you'll be putting one of these foam cushions down in there so that when you turn the turn signal to the right or to the left, it no longer rocks up and locks. It just goes far enough to make connection, but then won't lock, and it will pop back. So what you're in effect doing is making the signal switch a momentary switch for the STS module. And then the STS module will connect the pulse wire to your signal lights. Now, with both my Hondas and even my Triumph, I found that pretty much the smallest cushion, they provide these huge cushions, the smallest cushion is the best. It stops the switch from locking, and if you put in one of the big cushions, you'll be redoing it anyway, because when you go to ride the bike, especially initially before things break in, you're going to go to put the turn signal on and it's not going to go on, or you're going to like hurt your thumb putting it on if you put in one of the monster cushions, right? So it's going to work much better with kind of like the smallest cushion that they give you. Additionally, so it won't lock on anymore, it's going to time out like after 15 seconds and go off. But if you are sitting at a light, the accelerometer is going to tell it that the bike's not bouncing up and down, so it's not moving, so it won't time out the flashers. The flashers will just keep going all day long at the light. But then once you start moving again, it's either going to turn off immediately after you turn, or if you start going straight, you're going to need to, it'll do a timeout cancel after 15 seconds. And if you change lanes and you want it to turn off real quickly, what you do is if you put the right turn signal on, if you put the right turn signal on again, it will go off by the SDS module logic. Same thing with the left. Or if you put the right turn signal on and then you quickly have to make a left turn, if you push it over, if you push the switch over to left, the right signals will go off and the right signals will go on. So for just a straight cancel, you push the switch back to the direction that you did to put it on. And to switch from left to right or right to left, you just push over to the opposite signal, if that makes any sense. All right, guys, that's it for now.